Greetings, y'all. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. I'm back playing some more Farming Simulator 25. We're back here in Ray County, Missouri. So I'm going to hop in the 7R here. And we are going to start working on some of the fields here a little bit. We've still got quite a bit of baling to do, so I'm going to get back into that. But all I'm going to do, I'm not going to plow the entire fields. What I'm going to do is close up these fields, kind of make them a little more efficient. So this is the big field. Which field is this? This is field 46. Yeah, field 46. So starting down here, basically what I'm going to do is take this strip right here and just plow that under. We don't need that. I'm going to close this up. I'm going to kind of expand this out this way a little bit and curve it around up here. And then the borders of the field, since we don't own the field next to it there, and there's going to be a lot of instances like that. Basically, I'm not going to expand the borders just yet. But a lot of these areas that I can take out that we don't have to go around anymore, except for the ponds. The ponds, I think I'm gonna leave those in there because that would cost quite a bit of money to try to reduce the ponds. So. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go do my perimeter up here first. Try to get it straight. Nope, I'm on the front. Wait, need to be on the plow. There we go. And I'm just going to curve this around. To make it line up with that right there. Good morning, Fuzzy. Good morning, Mossy Oak. Good morning, Twitchy. How's it going? Yeah, go ahead and bale. Trying to remember where all needs to be baled. So the field directly behind the shop needs to be baled. The field directly behind that field needs to be baled. The field up in the northwest up there, that needs to be baled. I actually need to plow all those too. And then both of the fields up there at the red farm need to be baled. And I think we got everything done down here, except for maybe these very southern fields down here. We can save those for last, and we can even skip those maybe. Might not have to worry about those. But yeah, just find a field that needs to be baled and go for it. As soon as I get this plowing done here, it shouldn't take me too long because there's not too many places that I can do this with without having to buy the neighboring fields. And I know there's one field over there that I kind of want to go ahead and buy, but yeah, I may even hold off on that. Because we're still broke. We've still got a $2.5 million loan out. We did sell several loads of bales. And I bought a semi-trailer. It went on sale. It was one that I knew we were going to get. I'm like, well, you know what? Since we're going to get it, I might as well get it while it's on sale. No, we've got an autoload trailer now. Yep, we did switch back to the autoload trailer. For some reason, we were using the Anderson automatic pickup trailer, and that just wasn't working for multiplayer. It wasn't working for Fuzzy. He's having some issues with it, so we switched back. And with the amount of bales that we have on this map, because, you know, we're basically baling any field that's corn and soybeans, and I think all the fields that they've had on here have been corn and soybeans except for the onion fields, so... And the bales that we pick up, we'll just store them, sell them next year. Pretty sure the price on them has probably gone down since December, so... What did I hit? I hit something. I hit a bush. Must be another bush out here. I thought I got them all out, but maybe not. Nope, there is another one. It's funny that I can walk through these bushes. So they're not collidable with me, but they are collidable with the equipment. Kinda weird. Alright. Okay. Some of these areas, I don't know how the field comes out like that, but assuming there's a reason. There was not a there was not a tree there, so I don't know why those come out. They may come out like that in real life, since this is probably based on a real location. And then I took out a lot of the trees right here. There were trees here. Take that bush out right there. I'll try to kind of line this up with this other side. Here we go. We'll take out that little bit there. Maybe. Okay. Take this bush out while I'm thinking about it. Alright, got that area. I think that's going to be it. I may come back when we expand this field a little bit. I may come back and plow this out in between the pond and the wood line there. But I think I'm going to keep that for now. Alright, so this field is done. Head over to the field to the north of here. Actually, I got these little fields over here I can merge together. And then again, just gonna try to work around this pond here. And then we don't own this field, so we'll have to wait on that one. How far up do we own with these? Looks like the line is shorter on this end, so let me start on that other end. And I should be able just to plow a straight line down through here. Yep, because there's the top of the field and then there's the property line, so it actually goes over pretty far. Try to start it edge of this field right here. Locking in at 270 and go. Good morning, Joseph. I think I drank this other one. Yep, I drank the other one. Never mind. I had another can over here. I was like, did I drink that one? Could not remember. Alright. So we got it closed up. I just need to plow out the middles now. Oop, missed a little bit there. little dip here that's going to be a problem. Okay. Got all that. Good morning, Bell Draco. So you guys know the new, I was thinking of your name Draco, so that's what got me thinking about Harry Potter. You guys know the new HBO series, the new Harry Potter HBO series that's coming out. I think it's coming out this fall or winter. They've already had an actor quit. I'm trying to remember which one. can't remember which one. I have to Google it. But I was like, man, that's not good. It's a new series and it hasn't even released yet. I think it was a female character. I don't know if it was Hermione or Ginny Weasley, or I'm trying to remember who it was. And I'm probably gonna have to cut that bush out. Let's see. I gotta. That's gonna bug me. I gotta Google that real quick. So let's see. HBO, Harry Potter. Young actress Gracie Cochran, I guess that's her name, has stepped away from the role of Ginny Weasley. So yeah, it was Ginny, the one that's going to play Ginny Weasley, and I think they don't have any plans to recast or reshoot any of those scenes. So, like, that doesn't bode well for the series. Most of the time, you know, they have them sign a big old contract, and I don't really plan on watching it because, you know, to me, the original. If I'm gonna watch one, it's gonna be the original that has been released since what, 2000 and 2000 maybe 2001, 2002. I'm not just a big, huge Harry Potter aficionado or anything, but usually they have them sign a contract to avoid situations like that. Alright, I think we're good here. I'll come back and plow out the rest of that's field stuff there. Oh yeah, let me get rid of that bush before I forget. Okay. Yeah, it's always difficult when actors, you know, step away from a role. I remember the same thing happened in Back to the Future. The Claudia Wells that played Jennifer in the first movie, she did not return for part 2 or part 3. And they cast, oh, what was her face? She was in a lot of other movies too. It's on the tip of my tongue. I'll remember it in a minute. Elizabeth Shue. That's who it was. That's who they replaced it with. Just could not remember. She was in Karate Kid and Adventures in Babysitting, and of course she was in the third one too. So yeah, Claudia Wells played Jennifer in the first Back to the Future, and then Elizabeth Shue did 2 and 3. Kind of need to take these trees out, don't I? If I'm gonna merge that with it, could keep them separate for now. I'll keep them separate for now. I'll just curve this around to match up with this. Alright. Hopefully that still detects this as separate fields. Curve that around. Yeah, long run, probably will end up combining these, but for right now, we're going to leave it be. And again, we'll work around that pond down there. Yeah, looks like we missed some stuff over here. A little bit we didn't get baled. The inrows here. That field starts way over there, didn't it? Okay. Where am I facing? Here's 90. These are probably not going to match up, but I'm going to make every effort to make them match up. Nope. Yeah, we missed the inroads on these. I'm just going to do what I did up there in that northern field. I'm going to plow around this pond. Try to do like a broad circle around it. Right. Goodness. Oh man, that stinks that you lost a cow. And they don't know why. I don't know. Usually, you do like a type of autopsy on a cow. Could have been anything. Could have been like an aneurysm, or could have been said there wasn't any bad weather or anything, that she didn't get struck by lightning or anything. Heard of cows getting struck by lightning. Didn't get attacked by a coyote or anything. Bobcat. Maybe snake bit. Y'all checked for any evidence of a snake bite or anything on her legs? I know back in the Korean War, they had some soldiers come in and they could not figure out what was wrong with them. And turns out, while they were sleeping, I guess they were sleeping like in their foxholes and stuff, that a lot of them were getting snake bit where they were located at. I'm gonna have to go get my fuel and fuel this bad boy up. Oh, it started with her not being able to go number 2. That to me sounds like it might have been a, she was severely constipated. It could have been a bowel perforation. It could have been a, like a small bowel obstruction. Might have had an ileus. That would be my guess. I remember old Hank Hill on King of the Hill. I think it was the first season of King of the Hill. Might have been the second season. First or second season. He couldn't go to the bathroom either. He was constipated really bad, and they gave him a week to go to the bathroom. He had already been constipated for a while, and they gave him a week to go to the bathroom, and they said, if you don't go in a week, we're going to have to remove parts of your colon. About the only thing you can do for livestock, whether it be cows or horses, is to do a warm water enema. They did that on MASH once. Colonel Potter's horse, Sophie, had issues going to the bathroom, and they had to do a like a warm, can't remember if it was a warm soapy enema or if it was just a warm water enema. You gotta do what you gotta do. Everybody poops though. You gotta poop. Part of the process. side. This last pass over here. I don't know. I don't know then. Unless she just had a, like a SIDS instance or a hemorrhage of one of her organs. So she might have had some internal bleeding or something. I think I'm done down here. Let me look around the rest of this field just to be sure. No, I think I'm done down here. We don't own that one, so we can't really merge anything there if we wanted to. We got all this done up here, so I'm happy with that. All right, we'll move on up here. We got this one kind of merged. The one that we might want to go ahead and get is this one. And there's nothing in that field right now. But it looks like it's ready to plant. It looks like it's only half fertilized, so when we come in there... Normally I like to buy a field when it's got crop in it. But if that one's already half fertilized, we could run the plow through it real quick and it'll be ready for planting. Whoa, don't drive off in the pond. I see some bushes that need to go. That was really close. Yep, there's one right there too. That one too. Might as well. Make them in and put some fences around these ponds. These bushes, are they collidable or are they... Yep, those are collidable. Those will have to go at some point. I kind of want to keep a little field road down to this deer stand though. I may actually come back in and make this a little wider down through there. And keep these fields separate. And just merge all of that together over there around that pond. But this field right here. How much is that one? 81,000. And we've got 90. I'm just gonna go ahead and say buy it. That way we can kind of merge all this stuff together. All right. Let's see if there's any bushes that I need to take out. That one for sure. Oh. There's a stump there. There's another stump. I need to go through and look for stumps first. Guess I already removed these trees at some point. I think these trees will be okay to leave since we're going to plow on the back side of this. We can just go around this pond. I don't see any more bushes that need to go here. If there's any on this little strip down through here. These are not collidable bushes. No. Okay, so that leaves these bushes down this way. Yeah, just put a grass strip down through here. See, I already plowed this out the last time, I think. Yep. So we're good to go over here. I think I'm gonna have to take my coat off and throw it in the cab of the tractor, though. Getting a little warm out here. It is March now, there's no more snow. Getting a little bit toasty. They've got the 6, this is the new 6M that came with that update, but I think I'm going to pass on this. They have a Massey that looks like this too. Now I remember the 6M that we had back in 19, I think it was the 6155. I have that, I think, in the mods that we've got. But this thing, it looks like a John Deere tractor that you've taken out in cold weather, if you know what I mean. So Yeah, no, I'm going to pass on that. But again, we do have, don't know if it's under small tractors or if it's under, it's under the mods. Let's see, John Deere. Might be under medium. Yeah, this one right here, the 6M large frame series. This one doesn't look like that. This one's got the bigger engine, larger hood. If we do end up getting a 6M, we'll go with something like this. I think there's another one that just came out too. This is actually not the 6155. This just says 6M large frame series, so I don't know. Where's the oh, that's the engine setup right there, isn't it? I'll have to see if I can see it on the tractor here. Well, yeah, this might be the 61. That says 6195, 6175. So this model is a little bit larger than the 6155. I think in 19 we had the 6155. So that's got a little more ponies with it. I like that it has that. All right, let's see where we need to start. I'll start down here at this end. What I'm gonna do, I may keep the border of that field over there and then grass in where the, kind of grass in a little bit where the deer stand itself sits. So I won't really have to curve this around too much. See what the width on that would be. This is a collidable, so I need to come out away from it a little bit. This is the one that just came out. No, I think the other one, the one that just came out after this 6M that I got, I think is the 6155. That's the one that just came out. I think I've had this one for a minute. That's why I didn't download the other one. I mean, awfully large swath right through there. But again, I'd rather keep that original border with that field over there. That'll give us enough room to run a, at least run a grain cart down through there a little bit, maybe. Yeah, that'll work. And if it doesn't work, it's like a bad haircut. It will grow back. We can fix it. Oh yeah, no, we can't see the link. The one that they just released is, I believe, is the 6155. The one we have is a little bit bigger. yeah, the one we have is a little bit bigger. We'd probably go with the 6195. Got a little more pony under the hood. I guess if you wanted to write a song about it, it would be the Green Pony Club. They're the ladies. Sometimes some of them you'll hear them singing that at work. You know, the Pink Pony Club. I had to inquire. I was like, okay, what's the song about? Is that like a My Little Pony song that I don't know about? And they're like, no, no. So yeah, they sing Pink Pony Club. So will we have like the Green Pony Club? John Deere Green. That John Deere Green down at the Green Pony Club. This does not have the same ring to it. Okay, now this area. I have to go into flight mode. Takes forever. So I think this area, we're going to keep this separate here. But if we curve this around, I would kind of want to curve it around right in through there, which means we'd have to go out into these woods a little bit. Be nice to be able to keep it kind of straight around right through those trees right there. So maybe just those few trees right there. Here's the edge. Plow it straight this way. I think I'm going to go ahead and take out that bush there. I think that tree would be okay. Got a pretty good sized ditch over here. May have to do a little smoothing through here. And I know we don't have very much money. Trying not to spend it all. have definitely helped a lot. Let me grab the tractor. Curve that's around through here. Meet up with this field over here. Think that'll work. All right. Take out these in-betweens and then we'll be done over here. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to run that smoother down through there a little bit. Yeah, there's a lot of tractors that they didn't bring back from the previous generation of the games. You had the 6M, you had the 9RT. Now these are available as mods now, but they didn't put them in the game like in the roster. Some things they have brought back and released, later on as just little add-ons and stuff. But a lot of stuff they didn't even bring back. Okay. I think that'll work. I do a little work around this deer stand over here. I think I'm just going to take a little bit off of this field. And then try to curve that around. Alright, let me switch back over to the keyboard. Engage, perfect edge. Hope I don't run out of money. Change shape. think that will work. So if I start right there, try to swing this around this way and curve it a little bit. Yeah, we'll try it and see if that'll work. And I'll come back in and put gravel down here when we got more money. And let's see. Yeah, nothing is fertilized. Got a little bit of first stage in there, but I think what we'll do is not fertilize these areas that, like this field over here, it's got that already fertilized. What I'll do is come in and plant and put down the first stage and then apply the second stage to this. And then I'll just come back in and spray these later with extra fertilizer. I think this field I can probably go ahead and fertilize. And probably this one. Okay. So that means I can go ahead and plow this southern field down here. Sure, turn my crate field off though, because that would be a mess. See if it loads up the new field dimensions here. Actually, let me take out that little notch right there. That actually looks pretty good. I can see all my lines, they're populating there. I think that'll work. Alright, allow create field is off. And we'll hire that out. That means I can switch to a baler. I like how the lines, the colors of the line, well, not really the colors, but the boldness of the lines change. So if you come back, if you do like in between lines, say you're harvesting or, you know, plowing or baling like I am now, you set it up to the same parameters of your combine header. So you can see how the lines where I've already baled at, they're kind of grayed out. and they're not as bold as the white lines where I need to go down. I like that. See how they kind of stand out? It's like they're brighter. Alright, bailing away. Just got a message that the worker quit. Oh yeah, I never did fuel him up. That's why. That would be why. Remember I said I need to go get the fuel thing to fuel him up? I never did. Well, I think Fuzzy's over here battling somewhere because I see Bells laying around. Are we out of money too? Oh yeah, we did run out of money. Maybe that's why he quit. We couldn't pay him no more. Alright, we will take care of that. Take us to 50. Yeah. I don't know. This is what real small American farming feels like, though, I guess. You broke, you ain't got no money. All your stuff is in disrepair. We got old tractors that we're trying to keep going. We've been fortunate enough to catch a couple of the newer ones on sale, the Combine and the 7R, but for the most part, we've kept that older equipment. We've got the 5488, got the 7810 here, got the 7955, got the 8900, and we got the 8820 Deere Combine, and we had to sell the 14 series International Combine because that one it had some auger problems. We couldn't get the auger to work real well with our grain cart. So we got a more newer model, about the same capacity. Never did figure out how to turn on the body. I don't know if it's a thing or not. They had some screenshots back in the day when they first came out with Farming Simulator 25, where you could see the arms grabbing the steering wheel and Like you can see the legs. Never did find a place to turn that on or anything. I never did take my coat off either. I think I got distracted. Alright, back to Balin. Alright, I'm gonna grab the bale pickup and come down and pick all that up and plow that field up, and then I kind of want to plant something up there that would give us just regular straw, because I don't know if the soybean straw or the corn straw will work with the cows in making, like, you know, like the TMR. So I think we need to get some regular straw. That'll be something we can experiment with and test out when we do get our cows. I'm hoping to get our cows this summer. And I guess we're probably gonna have to get a mixing wagon, because I don't think there's a mixing thing up there. Actually, you know what? Let me put this in here. I don't think there's a placed down mixing station up here. Let me put some fuel in this and I'm gonna park it. I still hear the cat meowing. Do you guys hear that? Hear it? I don't think it's the steering wheel. No, it's not the steering wheel, because it does it when I go to the tractors too. When I get in this combine. Hear it? You do hear? Does anybody else hear a cat? Okay, tell me I'm not hearing voices, okay? It sounds like a cat meowing. Even when I got in the truck. Hear it? Right there. I'm hearing a cat. I don't... Unless it's the ghost of Traxie. Sometimes it's meow, and sometimes it's meow, and sometimes it's just a little meow. Okay. I'm not crazy. My mother had me tested. I am not crazy. You wanna know how I got these scars? What does he say about the pencil? Anyone want to see a magic trick? Hands down, Heath Ledger will always be the best Joker. I mean, I've got respect for Jack Nicholson, but Heath Ledger, he hit it. I mean, there will not be another Joker like Heath Ledger. I was not a fan of the Jared Leto Joker. What was the first Joker? Was it Romano? I mean, that's way back in the day. Like when Adam West was Batman. And you had Jack Nicholson. And then Heath Ledger, right? I don't know, was there a Joker with the new Batman? With that vampire guy? I think they either came out or they're coming out with a sequel to that saga of Batman. I haven't seen the first one. I can't watch the first one because I mean he's the vampire guy. He's not Bruce Wayne, so I would like to see them go back and do some of the characters from the past. So you had the Riddler, you had Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze, that was like almost at the point of the 90s where it was peak 90s where you had that movie come out that had Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, and you had Jim Carrey as the Riddler, and Tommy Lee Jones as Harvey Two-Face, and then I can't remember who played Poison Ivy. full load. I'm just gonna say I probably should not use this tractor to haul bales because the trigger on this place over here, I guess what I'm gonna have to do is probably just pull into the place because I know the box is like right here. So I guess I'm just gonna have to pull into the place because when those bales get left on the front like that, it pops up my front end and I can't steer. Like literally, I'm like, it looks like the time machine in front of the train in Back to the Future 3 when it accelerates on that last explosion. Front end of the DeLorean goes up. I'll have to try that different next time. Good morning, CBM Gaming. How's it going? Going good. Good morning, Adam. We're baling again. I don't think we're going to drop straw for corn and soybeans, though, in the future. I think we're just going to do straw off of, like, the oats. And if we ever do, like, any wheat or anything like that, yeah, probably just that. Oats we're putting in right now because it's the right time of year. Let's see. Yeah, barley's winter barley. And then wheat is winter wheat. So, time for the oats. Do you mean the west side, Fuzzy? Yeah. West side. What is the heading for west, Fuzzy? Good. What's the heading for south? Yep. What's the heading for east? Is this a test? Sure. A pop quiz. 90. What is the heading for the Bermuda Triangle? Maybe I should rephrase that question. What is the heading inside the Bermuda Triangle? It's anybody's guess. Because you know it's the Bermuda Triangle, so it's probably going to sit there and spin around. What is the tissue lining of the larynx? I'll go ahead and give you that one. The tissue lining of the larynx is pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium of the serosa type. Oh yeah, you knew that one. Yeah, we talk with nurses and doctors all the time. Most of the time, they don't know the anatomy side of things. They'll know, treatment side. They'll know, pathology sides and what the treatment are for those pathologies. They'll know the dosage side. They'll know, procedure side pretty much for those tasks. But as far as like anatomy and imaging and stuff like that, it's probably going to be a no. The cork stalks. I don't remember combining cork. Yeah, it's probably white on the ground because they got bleached out from the sun laying there. That's the story I'm going with. This is the story of the corn. It turned white from sitting in the sun. And wow, it looks so bad in photographs. Absolutely love it. Oh, there's a deer. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take my first break. So YouTube, you guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Always remember, you reap what you sow. Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.